Day 2 of our summer family vacation, so let's go hit the gym because y'all already know how a girl feel about that self-care.
You're sweating, but don't even worry about it. We gotta work out here, so that's all that matters. Let's go. And of course, it might be me if I don't forget my watch when I go work out. Whatever.
Once I've showered, it's time to go hit Epcot because the kids was ready to go. And I just need to know, is it just mine or is it everybody's family? Because my kids don't never do right when it comes to a family photo. But anyway, let's go get in our first line of the day. And no, I do not know why my kids and why Chris was looking this way. They look so serious. Of course, everyone wanted to go in the giant sphere, so we rode Spaceship to Earth. And honestly, it was a pretty nice ride because it was air conditioned. Like, oh, baby, that Florida heat was not playing. The ride was basically a journey through time, and it was kind of nice. Like, the kids enjoyed it. I did, too. Of course, we headed over to the Journey of Water that is inspired by Moana. As y'all already know, the kids loved it because anything with water, my kids are always going to be like, count me in. I didn't like how you was able to stand on, like, the little foot pedals and be able to control the water like you were actually a part of the movie. So it was like, oh, this is so cute. Bro, Liv was so serious. Next, we headed over to the seas with Nemo and friends. Yes, it's another air-conditioned ride, and baby, I loved it. Maggie, wait! Not only was there an actual ride, but they also have an aquarium in there, too. I just forgot to document that part. Next, we headed over to the land, and yes, they had restaurants in there as well as different rides. But baby, I'm already loving Epcot because I feel like every ride we done been on so far was air-conditioned. This is Living with the Land, which was a boat ride that was about agriculture. Next, we headed over to Soarin', and as you can already see, Liv was not for all that walking. But it's okay, Chris had her cover because Mama's back wasn't having it at all, baby. First country that we reached was Canada, and then we walked over to the United Kingdom. And baby, at that point, that Florida heat started kicking in. If you've been to any of my lives, you know exactly why Chris is like, you gotta do the chef's kiss. So at that point, we made it to Paris, France, and of course, we gotta go visit Remy because I love Ratatouille. So duh, wanna go ride that ride. And of course, I love the ride even more because it was air conditioned. And of course, I stopped for a little slush because why not? And baby, it did not disappoint. Next, we walked through Japan, and yes, they have restaurants in each country, so you don't have to worry about that. Then we headed over to Italy, which is probably my favorite because y'all already know I love my pasta. I will say, I love how every country had restaurants with their signature dishes, as well as the little shops. So it's like, oh, I feel like I'm really out here touring. Eventually, we made it to Mexico, and baby, I was all for it because as you can tell, it is air conditioned. And another boat ride, because, yes, please. Then, of course, we had to circle back to go ride Frozen, because, duh. And in this very moment is when I realized my kids were not the long walking type. But hey, I was all for it because Frozen was another air-conditioned water ride. Yes! Let's say, expect to get a little wet on this one, because it goes forward and backwards. Yes, it goes backwards. But man, was it worth it? Because who doesn't love Frozen? Because I know I do. Now, enough of being on land. Let's go to space. So we had to do the less intense version of this ride because the kids weren't tall enough. But that's A-okay, because baby, this thing was realistic. This ride felt so real, y'all. Like, I was like, oh, Lord.
Loading flight plan.
And it was time for the fireworks show. And in my mind, Epcot has the best one because you was able to see it no matter where you were. And in this very moment is when everybody realized that the fun thrill day was over. And it's like, oh, no. Chris was ready because his shoulders was over it after carrying Leah through the lines all day. I don't want the end. So if you've been thinking about going to Disney's Epcot, I definitely recommend it because me and my family enjoyed it. So until next time, Epcot. Bye, you guys.